Sharon, you are way too excited for our impending doom. If you recall Star Trek lore, before First Contact, World War III, eugenics wars, the post-apocalyptic horror that you see in the first episode of The Next Generation, all that shit happens before 2063. Which means it's imminent. So don't get too excited. I don't want the Star Trek future. Like, everybody says that they want to live in the Star Trek future. I don't want to live in the Star Trek future. I want to get there without World War III. There is a lot of bad shit that happens in Star Trek that, like, if we can get from here to there without going through the post-atomic horror, I think is what they called it. Yeah, that's, and we have no fucking clue where that war happened. Like, we just know Khan Noonien Singh. So I want to say that they have taken, you're allowed to lurk. Hey, Mary, Staff, Sharon. I believe it had to be somewhere in Europe, but, you know, France is fine. Probably Russia. It was probably Russia. Like, Russia's fucking huge. So, like, if they blew up half of it, maybe we wouldn't even notice. Then again, isn't half of Russia always blowing up? Everybody always fighting. So I found a thing. It's not my face. Here we go. This game, Melver Idol, is fucking great. So this is an idle RPG. Let me get my face somewhere where maybe it's not blocking something important. So, you know, you got the name of the game, the expansion's up here. I've got money, I've got items. One of the DLC adds in, like, these skill trees, which I don't know how they quite work. I don't have skill tree points. And also that has to do with something to do with the Abyss, which I don't think I'm anywhere near entering. You could go fight shit. Like, there's a plant, there's a chicken, there's a cow, there's a junior farmer, adult farmer, master farmer. I can fight these guys and win, kind of. You got some gobos in the goblin village. You got a graveyard over here. George Clooney, but he was the worst Batman. Usually I wind up, like, right now I'm fighting Tentacles. But, like, they all have different drops. So, you know, and then, like, combat's pretty simple. You've just got, like, you got your character stuff over here. I'm fighting a plant. Because it can't hurt me. And I got a potato. Oh, Dan! Now, Laner's been playing something called Space Idol. Like, unnamed Space Idol. Which looks like it's free. I don't think it's free to play. I think it's just free. Yes, Tentacles. Mary's excited. Tentacles, you say? I like anime. So I'm going to collect my potatoes, and I'm going to stop fighting plants because plants are stupid. You've got a farm plot. I'm growing onions and a potato. There's this whole town thing where, you know, your town has its own stats, and, like, they want me to give chicken to my town, which I don't think I can actually cook the chicken. I don't know if I have to cook the chicken. But you've got, like, skills. Like, they want these weapons, and then they'll give me this stuff. Like, there's a whole questing system here. Um, and then you've got abilities. I could go cut trees, and then, you just tell it what you want to do, and pop, 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 it's happening. Ooh, maple tree. I didn't know Oh, that must be a DLC thing, because it's in a weird spot. I'm not level 40 yet. I am skill level 51. Wait. Oh, okay. This is DLC. I haven't discovered the place where I can get this shit yet. But like trees like also drop bird nests. Boogie's done worse shit. To be fair, Boogie has done much worse shit than fake cancer. Now that's pretty bad, but yeah, Boogie is a tragic piece of shit nobody should try to emulate. Anyways, you got your basic stuff like fishing, fire making, which is useful for making like coal, charcoal. You've got your crafting, your mining. Fantavision will love this. Thieving. So you just go and you steal. I'm going to steal from woman. All right. And you might know. I don't think that this game has any music to it. I don't think. Unless I turned it off. Oh, she keeps catching me. You see my hit points going down. I stole 58 gold. All right. This lady is kicking my ass. And they have their own drop. Oh, I got Bobby's Pocket. What is that? It's worth 4,000 gold, and I think that's about it. Nice. And that would double the amount of gold I have. Definitely worthwhile to pickpocket. There's rune crafting. You can make potions. You can summon familiars. No, you can't assume that everybody that says that they have cancer is faking cancer just because one fucking fat asshole is doing it. I don't usually say stuff like, I don't make fun of people's appearances, but Boogie's whole thing was he was going to lose weight and all this. He's a piece of shit, and now he's like he's fucking around. He's gonna wind up in jail because he's fucking around with this crypto shit, and everybody that does that winds up in jail. The Red Ranger got fucking arrested for that shit. There's different gods you can study astrology. This guy, I can get attack skill experience if I get this kind of dust, and you get it by you study the stars. To grant your character bonuses. He didn't just pump and dump. He outright stated he was pumping and dumping. Just like Roaring Kitty. I hope to God Roaring Kitty goes to gets caught on charges, because it's so fucking obvious what this dude's doing. But yeah. So I could just leave that running in the background now, and then when I come back, I'll have all kinds of astrology points to spend. Oh, I want to check GME. Insider buy of... Okay, yeah, so they're pumping and dumping right now. Yeah, they're pumping and dumping right now. It's pretty obvious because the the GameStop director, whatever that means, pump and dump. Okay, so pump and dump. You take it. All right, you got a stock. The stock value is determined on how many people are invested in it, basically. Like it's based entirely on belief. So if you look, this is 1 day, this is 5 days, 1 month, year to date. Yeah, Shelley Duvall died. Red Letter Media. Oh man, that's the second time they've done this. Red Letter Media just did a review of here it is. And in it,
The little movie that people say I kind of remember. She would make a great olive oil. Sing the street, and saw a woman with dark hair. Karen said she would make a great olive oil, and it's late night. You didn't think about it. I said the only person who should ever play olive oil is Shelley Duvall.
I was gonna say that's really the only reason to discuss this film.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be the Shelley Duvall discussion. No one in the entire history of cinema has ever been better cast in anything ever.
I mean that is an understatement. The shot.
So this was fun to watch. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. So this is when Roaring Kitty did the first pump and dump, and this guy, he's not like an underdog. This guy's got money, and I'm pretty sure he was getting money from like Ryan Cohen, who's also like, he's a shady fucking guy. So yeah, basically they did their Diamond Hands, to the moon thing here, and they got the stock to go fucking boom. And then it cratered because they pulled their money out. Yeah, crypto, the whole deal with crypto is it's unregulated. Therefore, it's easier to scam people. CEO Ryan Cohen. Yeah, he's still CEO of GameStop. This all started about the time that he stepped up as CEO, so I feel like he's probably heavily involved in this bullshit. And part of the problem is GameStop was like, there's something called the short sale. And like, basically they were, I don't know how fucking short sales or any of this shit works. It's all complete bullshit, really. It's all made up bullshit. Because none of this here actually reflects how GameStop is performing. This is how GameStop is performing as a company. This is how they've been performing as a company for years. There is no reason for any of this at all. At all. And that's how you can tell it's a scam. I don't care. Sounds like an awful person. Sounds like he's too heavy to get out of his house. I don't care about that shit. I do care about gaming, though. Right, I was playing Infinite Mana for a couple of days. I wrote a review. I'm gonna have to start reading some of this stuff soon. I just keep mostly typing, and then I forget how exhausting it is to like type stuff. I really liked making the Fantavision. Like, I thought there was going to be a lot more editing involved in that pinball video, and mostly I wound up just trying to highlight him going fucking apeshit, and emphasize that, because, like, there was no point where I could condense that and it would be any funnier than it was just watching him completely lose his shit. Yeah, but here's the thing, Dan. You can't trust anything Cody says. You can't. He'll say stuff just to get attention. And then I've seen him take stuff that other people say completely out of context. And then like throw it in their face like they're an asshole or something. Like, mostly if you don't agree with him 100% of the time, he has a tendency to completely fucking throw you under the butt, or, you know, like throw you off a cliff. Just like he's done with you. Yeah. So, like, honestly, I don't know if anything he says is 100% true ever. And also, I see the kind of stuff he's talking about now, and it just, like, you know, it makes me think, you know, kind of, like, this is where I started doing my YouTube stuff, and I don't regret anything, really, but, man, I wish shit turned out different. I do. I wish I could be proud of where he is now. Yeah, he changed. Well, I think that's out, and there's the thing. I don't think he actually changed, because when he talks about GameStop, he always acts like it. All right, so he acts like it was the worst thing ever, but he really enjoyed working there. He liked going to Vegas, which is why he still goes to Vegas. What happened in Vegas? Hookers, gambling, like, just whatever. You know, it was a free for all. Ooh. Like, he worked there 11 years. He was complicit. You know how quickly I've fired, like, do you know how quickly I've left jobs when I've seen how fucking corrupt the people I work for are? Zero loves drama. Like, if I work for a complete fucking scumbag, I put in my notice. Sometimes I just walk out. I walked out on GameStop. I want this same fucking company. Yeah, Tiny was fun. She's goofy as shit. Like, I think Tiny may have needed to grow up a little bit, but then again, she was a very young woman, and I feel like she grew up with a decent amount of wealth. You know, not personal wealth, but, you know, she said her dad made a really good living as an engineer. Everybody has their traumas and stuff, but, like, I feel like she didn't live in the real world enough. And then when she moved out with Cody, like, you know, that was just like too much reality. She didn't want to, you know, she said, like, she didn't want to adult. And, you know, she bought a bunch of pets and stuff, instead of probably taking care of her bills. Yeah. And again, that's like saying Tiny needed to grow up. Everybody needs to grow up. That's why, despite the fact that Sharon seems to enjoy every goddamn thing that I enjoy, like Star Trek and shit, like I could probably nerd out with her for hours. Way too young to hang out with. She has not lived life yet. She is not even half my age. So, like, when you're around somebody that's a lot younger than you and they're going through shit and you, like, having already been through exactly what they're going through, are just like, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? They get mad. And, you know, it's like, yeah, I understand everything you're going through. I went through it too, but, like, there's absolutely no way that I can make you feel better. I'm fierce. It's like, so everybody has to experience everything for themselves. Yeah, I'd like to nerd out with Mary too. She's married, by the way, guys. Stay back. Oh god, there was another Star Trek thing I wanted to write. And I can't remember what the fuck it was. Oh, left alt is map. Alright, and it tells me right where I'm going. But yeah, it's just like, you know, it's like Devin, you know, I'd hang out with Devin more, but like he and his friends are definitely a younger generation, and like I'm in a totally different gear. Like Devin's like in somewhere like 4th or 5th gear whenever he's up, and then, you know, I'm constantly in idle, or maybe I could get to 2nd gear on a good day. Man, I sound like my old what the fuck was it? Honda Accord. Man, I goddamn love that Accord. Oh, wait. I'm trying to remember if it was the Accord that did that. It doesn't really matter. I had a car. It could only get to 2nd gear. I had to stop driving it. Oh, you can just run around on the boat. Yeah, so, you know, you also have, you have a dynamic of, a divorced man and, a younger girl who's looking for, yeah, and by younger girl, she was not a young girl, she was a young woman. But, you know, she has certain expectations, and he's already been divorced. Which, you know, me too. Man, I missed that Honda Accord. That Honda Accord was fucking awesome. One of, possibly the best car I've ever owned. Let's see. I've had a couple of Ford Escorts. Those sucked ass, especially in Florida, where sometimes the wind can get pretty nasty. If you have never felt the wind blow and your car start to slide sideways, you haven't driven in Florida weather in a tiny ass car. I that is like a terrible, is that even an analogy? That it's just, that was just overly wordly nonsense. Oi, fuck you. It's like a horny lizard with a frog throat and a goddamn ninja star on its head. And since I didn't get first attack, I can't do anything about that. Alright, this guy don't look too hard. Let's see, I've driven a Ford Explorer, and I've also been hit by a Ford Explorer, I don't recommend either one. I don't recommend being on either end of that steering wheel, either in front of it or behind it. It's just not... when I got it, it was a little bit older. It was nowhere near as old as the Honda Accord. And the fucking rear axle was about to fall off. That was the biggest piece of shit car I have ever driven. Nissan truck was really good. It was tiny, but it worked. It sucks I wound up crashing that one because that was my mom's truck, but like I was starting to have problems, like the problems I currently am experiencing. They were so much worse back then. And like I don't drive anymore because I do not trust myself to be able to react when shit happens. Like I could probably drive cross country or whatever, interstate, but like it's just like if somebody brakes hard or something, like or something unexpected happens, I'm just worried I won't have the reaction time to deal with it, because like some days I can play pinball like a fucking maniac, some days I can't react. That's just the way it is. Oh god, that sounds fucking awful, Dan. A long drive with a pretty nasty cold. Or COVID's not like necessarily, I want to say, god, it's not necessarily a cold, it's definitely worse. I guess a flu is the correct term. But I don't think flu really... I don't think it really states how fucked up COVID gets you. Now, of course, it depends on your personal immunities and which variation you wound up getting, because I got one of the most mildest cases of COVID you could ever hope for, but also like I've got a really, really weird immune system. It kind of works too good. Kind of wanted that combo heal. Whatever. I think Light said she never got COVID. Oh, this is really good. I don't want to throw... Like, I don't want to get rid of anything. I also don't need to use anything. I keep forgetting... Oh! This looks dangerous. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Ah, he's pissed. I like those guys. They're mad. That was awesome! I thought I could kill him. Yeah, that'll happen too. If you have an experience like that, like, you can kind of lose your nerve. I honestly don't know what the hell's up with, you know, my problem, but, like, I used to be able to handle people in public, just let shit roll off my back, but, I can't anymore. It just, like, if I get into... If somebody is upset at me or arguing with me or, like, I don't want to say, like, I've gotten timid. I just... It affects me, like, really bad. Alright, we've got a mirror. Like, I don't have emotional distance anymore. And it kinda sucks. Alright, puzzle incoming. There it is. Don't think I didn't see that. In fact, before I go the obvious route, it's Florida. People are insane. It's not like it's New York where everybody's just an asshole. Though we do have a lot of New York attitude down here. It is one of the reasons why customer service is so fucking unbearable, especially half the year when the snowbirds are down. Oh my god. You gotta love it when people are from Jersey and then they act like they're not different from the rest of the United fucking States of America where you have to pump your own gas. It's like, yeah, sorry, you left New Jersey, you gotta pump your own gas. That's the way we do shit around here. Fuck you. Okay, this just leads to the same spot. But sorry, if you want service, find a service station. Find a full service station. That's not what we do anymore. I sit here in front of a register and I push buttons and I ring people up. I do not go outside and pump your goddamn gas. And that's not 100% true. If somebody is disabled, totally pump their gas for them. If somebody has a disability and being from Jersey is not a real disability, you know, it's unfortunate. It's just, it's not a disability. Maybe it is. Have you seen Jersey Shore? I guess oh yeah. Oh shit, it's a triangle. Alright. So we got a couple of dickheads. I'm going to save my magic. You look like a caster. Alright, one hit. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely want to kill you. Alright, that was good. That is fucking brutal. Alright, this should get me the combo. There we go. I need that heal. Yeah, well, I believe that if you have a disability, you're basically guaranteed by the ADA that you will be able to get service. Like the Americans with Disabilities Act, like they don't just like fuck with the layout of your store, you know, requiring a certain amount of aisle space. They also require assistance for certain things, like pumping gas, because if you can't pump your own gas, or if you have a lot of difficulty, like that is a necessity. Mushroom Scramble. I want the MP for my character. God, I don't know the timing on that one yet. Big heal. Can you eat something? I can eat, like I've got dinner in a microwave. I didn't want to eat on stream today. Plus, I just basically got up again because my sleep schedule's weird. Oh, I'm also not playing Project Zomboid on Friday because everybody cancels on me all the time. Love you, Fanta. Love you, Cuddly. Love you, Pre-Built. Oh, this is gonna save my ass. Not as much ass saving as I'd like. Nah, shit happens. Oh! Okay, so... I'm pulling Garl out. You need to die. If I knew it was that easy, I would have asked like ages ago. You need to die. Done. Alright, I feel like this is a magic guy. Okay, I guess they had a combined health. I don't think Fanta was ever married. He's definitely had a long line of girlfriends, most of who cheated on him. I think that is like the story every single time. Oh, Belle left a comment on the pinball video. We're going to call her the good one. Oh, eating the game? Why? So our little ninja assassin's got another secret. Oh god, yeah. Mary, you have no idea. I recorded that, fully expected to edit it down to just him losing his shit. But he was losing his shit the whole time. Like, from the get-go, he started complaining about the voices because, you know, they are a little bit high-pitched for a grown man. Those voices are in the children's range of attention. They're like high-pitched sounds. So, like, to a full-ass grown adult, they can be kind of on the annoying side. And the music does not help. That weird fucking crazy carnival shit going on. But, to be 100%, honest, the table is fucking him over. That particular ball return never used to do that. I need to tell him to try to mess around. Like, I need to go and try to mess around with my settings, because I have a feeling if you change the, what is it, the frame rate, it'll probably fix that. I knew he'd pick one. I knew he'd pick that specific one, but that's because it did not quite fit with the background. That was overlaid on the background, and the other shells are actually part of the background. Yeah, and he checked it out. Bell does not have the same issue, so it has to do with the PC setup. Fucking around with the physics of the table. Inuyasha. You know, I try not to conjecture on people's relationships. And like, it really kind of bothers me when I see people in chat like who started dating like being too hype about their own relationship. I mean, like, very specific examples would be, you know, Cuddly and Carrie. We know how that wound up going. And then there's also what back in the day, RNG Hates Me and Rodrigo. And they were always being like super lovey-dovey, like in the chat in front of everybody. And, you know, it just like, if shit goes bad, that like you have just involved the entire community in your relationship. Alright, so I gotta do this one. Oh, I just screwed myself over. Shit. Alright, I might survive. Hey, she's definitely going down, but he comes back up next turn. Oh, I haven't looked to see what's going on over in Texas recently. They were getting bombarded. And just like that, full health. I feel bad for Texas, but I also think it's kind of absurd that Texas is probably the state where people yell about independence the most. Like, oh yeah, we can be our own nation. Yeah, we got our independent power grid and that. And like, every time a disaster hits, they are knocked completely on their ass. The power grid will fail. If it get like, yeah, power grid will fail. They have problems with what, like heating. Basically, if it's too hot, they can't run their air conditioning, and if it's too cold, they can't run their furnace. What the hell else has happened? Yeah, flooding. Yeah, they're going to need assistance. Like, there's no way that, you know, I'm sure they've declared a state of emergency already. It's like, hey, maybe once in a while, just kind of like admit that we all need each other. Like, that's one of the advantages of having such a huge nation, is bad shit only happens in a small part of it, usually. I don't want to say like global warming, but yeah, the weather has gotten pretty fucking crazy recently. It just basically means that there's more energy in the atmosphere, I believe, which causes more storms, more like like. I want to say that warm weather like clumps together and cold weather also clumps together. Like, you know, you don't just get like an average. Weather is a very strange thing. I can eat some mushrooms. Alright. So something is funky here. Well, weather is bizarre because you have to take into account that air is not like. Is that just the Stardew Valley music? Is that literally just the Stardew Valley music? That... I'm sure they licensed it, but... that is bizarre. Aha. There is nothing over... Yeah, but the orange guy also said that COVID was a myth. And then he caught it. I'm glad they did that. I was wondering if I was going the right direction. I don't remember much of what Fauci said. I don't idolize him like other people do. Trump was the president. Fauci was not. Alright, looks like I need to start grinding for money. Well, there was a ton of mudslinging going on back then. And still is. And part of that is to obfuscate... tongue don't work. It's to hide, like, who's really, you know, supposed to be in charge of, like, responses and shit. Like, nobody wants to take responsibility. And fuck, the Supreme Court doesn't want to take responsibility because being responsible means you can be held accountable for your actions, and they've determined that they cannot be held accountable for their actions even when they're very obviously taking money for cruises to Russia, which happened. But you can't guess who that one was. And then they've also decided that the office of the President of the United States cannot be held accountable for anything. Because the president can just say something was an official act and then he cannot be tried. These are not people who are taking responsibility. Look, if Biden's too old to do the fucking job, like, they need somebody to step up now. I don't know what the fuck happened with that last debate, but dude, robot glitched. We're not acting like the president is king. The Supreme Court is acting like the president is king, and here's the problem. The Supreme Court has always acted more like a British royal court than an American justice system. They are the one branch of the government that is still basically modeled after the British version of the justice system. Like, the rest of our government, we did shit different, but and I know from reading about Thomas Jefferson that one of his, I want to say his cousins, was the first Chief Justice, and he did not agree with him at all about how the justices ran their shit. And, fast forward to today, and then you've got two very, very obviously corrupt justices that cannot be removed for whatever reason, because that's the way that the Supreme Court designed it. When you've got control, you don't want people to be able to hold you accountable. So you make rules so you cannot be held accountable, even if it's incredibly obvious that you're breaking the law. All they did was they ruled that it's impossible for them to break the law, even if they break the law. That does not hold. All right, we got a mysterious tower coming up. I hate water temples. But we've been dealing with, like, a water temple for the last, I don't know how long. Like, we got a sailing ship. We've been swimming a lot. We've got a hook shot. Well, that's fun. Shark Central. Whoa, he's an axe! Wow, that's hard to time. Well, the Constitution is an interpretive document, which means its effectiveness depends on us interpreting correctly the rules. It's like Magic the Gathering. You could get a bunch of people down to play, you know, Magic the Gathering, and if each of them has a different interpretation of what the rules mean, what the turn order is, how damage is assigned, you could have 10 different people all misunderstanding the same exact concepts 10 different ways. Feed him, girl. And I believe that's what the so-called constitutionalists are doing right now, is they're pretending that they're going by the letter of the Constitution, but they are reinterpreting it in ways that it was never meant to be used. And also, it's a living document, which means it's meant to adapt and change as society changes. Like, there is no one true way that's going to work forever and ever. It's actually like the basis of evolution that you adapt or you die. And that's baked into that document, the ability to adapt. Oh shit! Got a little water clone going on. Underwater fireball. Hey! Go away. Yeah. No, I saw some asshole quoting Hamilton. What Hamilton specifically would have despised that dude. I don't remember who the fuck it was, but like he's sitting there like quoting like Hamilton this, Hamilton that. It's like, dude, Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson were both worried about corruption in the government to the fucking point where Hamilton voted for his arch nemesis, Thomas Jefferson, because Jefferson wasn't corrupt and his opponent was. Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson did not fucking get along or agree on many things. However, they both wanted a good government, and they wanted to make sure that the right people wound up in charge of that government. So that is not something that should have maybe ever happened. But Hamilton was the deciding final vote to put Thomas Jefferson in office because he believed that Thomas Jefferson could lead the nation because he was not corrupt. And Thomas Jefferson went and doubled the size of the nation and, did a bunch of... It's really weird. Like, Thomas Jefferson does not get a ton of credit for his presidency because a lot of things were happening during that era. Specifically, like, he was trying to avoid siding with France or England in the war between France and England. Of course, England wound up attacking us anyway. But, like, during Thomas Jefferson's era, basically a lot of trade was cut off between those nations, not wanting to side with either one of them, and then that led to a lot of hardship. However, it was a very necessary step in the country's evolution because that hardship meant that we developed our own stuff. We developed our own manufacturing. We developed, like, all the stuff that we were getting from England. We had to build that infrastructure ourselves. To get paper, to get, like, part of the other problem is we couldn't, like, the South couldn't sell its cotton to England, who really, that was a huge amount of income. Like, the nation, by what he did, the nation kind of had to grow up and become independent and self-reliant. And of course, nobody likes having to, like, grow up. It's the whole tiny badger thing. She was a bit young. She didn't really want to be an adult. Because nobody really wants to grow up and handle serious shit. And that's what America had to do. It had to grow the fuck up. And, if you want to be independent, well, guess what? You gotta be able to handle shit. Hey, Dryless. Wait. Did I miss something? No. It didn't go through. Here's 20 bucks. He hit the wrong button, but I love you anyway, Dryless. Nah, just talking the, normal shit, government corruption, blah, 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 blah. Don't really want to vote for either candidate, but don't have a choice. If you vote, if you don't vote, basically you're going to wind up with somebody that you probably didn't like. Oh my god, I never saw that coming, Dryless. But yeah, like, just general bullshit. Yeah, Mary's been instigating. No, I don't want to attack. I'm just gonna waste one of these. Because I want to get my full heal before I end this fight. Having more magic doesn't hurt either. Mary, I would love to get... I'm going to get myself a shirt patch, not a shirt. But I've already pre-spent that money. There are some fantastic games coming up in the near future. Specifically, Dragon... Like, I pre-spent that money on Dragon Quest 3. And then also Earth Defense Force 6, and then Farming Simulator, and... too many fucking games, really. But those were some of the bigger purchases I made. And Dragon Quest 3, I can't wait. I know I've played Dragon Quest 3, and I want to say that Dragon Quest 3 is the one that I am thinking of when I think about class systems and complexity in Dragon Quest. Because 3 is the one where they introduced a lot of that shit. Alright. Okay, there we go. Jump down. Oh, see it, Drylis? Damn. Just shows up and, you know, hi, bye, see ya. But I appreciate it. Okay, I think I needed that to get back to the other side so I could cross this bridge. I am correct. Wrong person, damn it. Just going to keep beating on this guy. I need to get to work on a lot of previews or first impression videos I've been typing out. I don't know what it is. After I finish a video, like, it takes me a while to want to mess around with the editor again. Which is why I tried to do them in batches, so that I've got, like, a bunch of stuff already almost finished by the time, like, I get burnt out. Why am I attacking him? He's just going to come back when this guy clones me again. Dude. Yeah, she hits fucking hard. There we go. Level up! Hit points. Magic defense. He's gonna be super tanky. You are attack. Yeah, we'll do attack with you. Also on the magic defense, because he's like a healy guy. Now I can get the gem. Could you imagine if there weren't like all these ancient people building these super complex mazes? Like, if the gem was just out in the open, that would be boring. It's a good thing entire civilizations devoted their existence to creating these complex mazes. Good night. Night. Alright, so this way. Beat the hell out of them. Two, three, and go! Dunk. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to end as soon as I find another save point. Parents going to bed. I don't want to be loud. Sometimes I can be loud. Ooh, shrimp. And the save point's probably right up here. Drylis showed up, so I wanted to stick around a little bit longer than, like, I was planning on saving a little bit back, but like I can't have a man show up and then donate and then like just disappear on him. Come on. That's rude. Oh, this is so cool. This may be the best water dungeon ever. I see. No save point. Those look like enemies. I see. The other one is for raising the level even further. Look at me glitching out. All right. I'm shocked. Like the water temple in what the hell, which Link to the Past wasn't terrible. It was confusing, it was convoluted. It wasn't my favorite. Usually water levels are my least favorite of any stage in any game. Somehow they made it cool. I don't know what's up. Sea of Stars is just fucking amazing. Anyways, am I mining? No, I'm studying stars. Oh my god, I've got so much Stardust now. This stuff is worth a lot of money in this game too. Oh, my farms are done. Dead crop. I got a potato. Plant an onion. What can I plant? I can plant a cabbage. And I will plant a potato. You know what? No, I've got tons of potatoes. I'm going to plant another cabbage. Yeah. It doesn't look exciting, but this game is going to wind up stealing a lot of my attention. Just, running in the background. Anyways, guys, I'll see you. Have a good night. Tomorrow's Friday Jackbox. Yeah. Also, Mary, thank you for the donation, too. Get yourself a shirt. Don't light it on fire.